I'm Primal Piggy. Thank you for joining me for another BDSM United podcast. I've been a little under the weather last few days, so we've taken a little break and now I'm trying to pick back up, but please excuse any sniffles or coughs or anything. Um, Welcome to another in our Setnakt's Sex Magic series. Um, Today, we want to talk about practices that you can do to maintain awareness and to foster your own personal development while you pursue sex magic or this initiatory path. Because of its individual nature, um, the path of initiatory magic requires constant self guidance. It's harder to train yourself than to have a trainer. So there's a lot of things that you can do, or a few things at least, that you can do to help fill in the gap there and help continue to keep that motivation alive while you train yourself. Um, the first one is keeping a diary or a journal. This helps you extract your development from the chaos of everyday life and also from just the trivia, the mundane things of life that can cloud you and get in your way. Your journal is a sacred text, but you need to keep it honestly. You want to write a description of what you want to achieve. This should describe your material goals, your career goals, your magical goals, the goals in your relationship, the goals with your kink and BDSM type of goals as well. The virtues which you wish to possess, the areas of your life that you would like to master, or you would like someone else to master for you. The type of person that you want to be, the identity that you're looking to be within BDSM as well. Make a list of all your good qualities and label it the patterns that are innate to you to develop more fully. Make a list also of all your bad qualities, all your bad habits, and be brutal with yourself and label it hindrances to my power. At least 4 days a week, make an entry in your journal and write anything you want, from your fears and failures to your brightest triumphs, but include 4 things in each entry. Number 1, something you did to further your goals. Number 2, your best thought or your best breakthrough. Number 3, something you did to get rid of, weaken, or modify a bad habit. And number 4, something you plan to do in the immediate future to further your goals. You should also write down all the magical operations that you do, as well as any results that you can note or perceive from them. You should also add any particularly vivid dreams and meaningful synchronicities, those coincidences that happen in your life. Those should go on this list. Bad habits can be ended in 3 ways. First, you simply stop them. I mean, it's easy to say that, but it's really hard to do. Second, you can consciously pit them against each other. If you had a bad habit that included procrastination and non-productive anger, the next time you feel like you're about to throw a fit, tell yourself that, maybe I'll just do that tomorrow. If you succeed in your weakness matching, make a note of the victory. Third, bad habits can be knocked out of the way with good behavior. And good being very subjective here to if your bad habit is watching a half hour of TV that you don't like between 2 shows that you do enjoy, fill up that time with good behavior, like take that time to fill in your journal. The second on our list, the first was keeping a journal. Second is learn to care for and train your body. This is a wildly unpopular one, but It has 7 parts. Give up auto poisoning activity. Things like addictions must die. Magicians control the world, they're not controlled by it. Second, learn to eat right, to exercise, and get adequate sleep. Third, learn the family weaknesses so that you can avoid them. Learn what things generationally um, that are in your family line, things that have trapped ancestors or trapped other family members, and just learn what those weaknesses are so that you can avoid them. Learn your likely date of death so that you can plan to have done what you want to do in the world by that time. Uh, just perceive. Perceive what you think. Think about that time and try to learn it so that you can make goals according to it. If you live longer, then that's fine too. Begin a training program for the body that gives you control over it. A program like martial arts, for instance, something that teaches both grace and practical defense, but also helps condition your body and helps you learn how to utilize your body in ways that you don't necessarily automatically think um, on your own. Meditate on the chemistry of life in your plans and dealings with others. What kinds of things can you do in your 20s that you won't do in your 50s? And learn how to make the stages of life work with your goals. See how successful people around you do this, and see how it could make successful how it could make yourself successful. Explore your sexuality. Don't assume that anyone's model of you is right. Assume that you don't yet know the correct way to worship yourself. So the first was keep a journal or diary. Second was learn to care for and train your body. The next one that we want to focus on in this podcast is master a traditional system of magic. Most people don't do well to jump right into an initiatory type of magic. They also need to first, kind of build a foundation in something that is more traditional. While we're all for creating your own path, you can master a system in there's 5 ways, to mastering a system. 1, memory training. And you learn to keep a set of ideas clearly in your mind so that you can use them for tools. 2nd, practice in specific techniques such as body posture, visualization, vocal skills, learning to make incense and perfumes. You can checking at how good you are against the experience of others. Can you get the results that others have received in the past? And learning how to universalize your knowledge and experience. After you have undergone training, can you then extract the principles and use them in your life? For example, can you learn about runes? If you learn about runes, can you speak and think clearly about the concept of mystery? If you learn hermeneutics, can you talk clearly about how Plato's model that the philosopher has power in the world is related to the notion of as above, so below? And third is teaching this, or next is teaching the system. Can you learn the system so that you can teach it? This not only improves your skill in the system, but it also can earn you both money on the physical plane and skill at teaching, which will serve you in later phases of your initiatory training. When looking for a traditional system, don't choose something that's the product of just one man or woman. Look for something that has worked in the world for some time. Look for a system that has some scholarly literature available on it, as well as practical how-to stuff to Um, Pick a system that is resonant with yourself. If you're a wild biker guy, you probably don't want to pick something like Golden Dawn. If your favorite magical chamber is your library with the roaring fire beside you, you probably don't want to look at shamanism. It's going to take you way outside of your comfort zone and put you in the forest. I would suggest, personally, that you start out with Liber MMM. That's from the Chaos Magic Theory. Liber MMM will help kind of put a good grounding emphasis and will teach you some techniques that you'll be able to use in any system. And it's from Peter Carroll and from the Chaos Magic system, which has been around for a number of years and has been, has a lot of really good workings done in the past with it. I'm Primal Piggy. Thank you for joining me for this BDSM United podcast. I hope it didn't come off as cloudy as it is right now with me in my head. I'm just running a little bit on empty fumes. Just having these couple days off and a couple days of lots of rest and recovery. And but you can find all of our resources at www.bdsmunited.com. And it was a joy speaking with you today. And I hope to be just a little bit better tomorrow and bring you something new and fresh then.